In World War II, radios and wires kept armies moving. Today, we will tour every communication vehicle used in World War II by the major countries. First on the list is Germany, a compact armored carrier with long-range sets, used by commanders who needed a clear voice while on the move. The big frame antenna gave it away, and so did the extra battery boxes. The larger radio version of the 251, with space for operators, maps, and multiple sets in one busy hull. It could follow mechanized infantry, but the open top still left crews exposed. A headquarters fit with more radios and staff space, meant to keep senior control close to the fight. Useful, but tall and heavy, so it had to hide fast when aircraft appeared. Built to lay field telephone lines from cable drums while moving, then feed branches to units along roads and lanes. Wire was hard to jam and harder to overhear, but slow to reroute. Quiet and reliable until shelling cut the line and repairs became dangerous. An armored command car for staff. Travel with radios, built for quick trips on threatened routes. Good against small arms, yet still limited by wheels, mud, and winter roads. A light staff car often fitted with a small set for liaison, message runs, and quick updates between units. It survived by speed, cover, and staying off the obvious roads. A truck with a radio body, tools, and spare parts, acting as a small signal workshop near headquarters. Strong when parked, but slow to pack up and move. A tow-behind load of radios, generators, and cable reels that expanded a command post without crowding the main vehicle. Handy, but hard to reverse under pressure. Germany mixed armored radios with wire layers. Next, America scaled the same idea through standard trucks. A heavy radio set was carried on a truck with a tall mast, giving formations a steady, long-distance link. It was a backbone set for corps and division nets during fast moves. Crews stopped, raised the mast, powered up, and handled traffic for hours. A fast staff vehicle that carried officers, maps, and radios for mobile control at crossroads and forward posts. No armor, so drivers relied on speed and smart routes. Jeep-mounted radios kept small units linked, especially during quick probes and shifting lines. Light and nimble, but cramped, with batteries and aerials fighting for space. A boxed-body 2.5-ton truck packed with radios, benches, and repair gear for signal work. It served as a station, workshop, and parts point, often under blackout screens. A fast armored car that could carry extra radios for recon reports and command links while staying with patrols. Useful protection, but tall and noisy in ambush country. A truck with reels and poles for field telephones, laying lines behind advances and rerouting around wrecks and craters. Great for clarity until fire turned every repair into a race. A trailer carrying switchboards, generators, and spare cable, letting headquarters build phone nets quickly. It added capacity, but slowed convoys and hated soft ground. Up next, the Soviets pushed rugged radios and wire across huge fronts. A reliable Lend-Lease truck that often carried radio bodies and heavy generators for Soviet signal units. It had good speed and load capacity, even if winter punished everything. A ZS-5 with a simple van body housing radios, spare valves, and tools for field fixes. Tough and easy to mend, but slow, loud, and harsh on crews. A 3-axle truck hauling wire reels and poles, laying phone lines along roads and into villages. It kept orders flowing, then spent nights patching breaks after bombardments. A light 4x4 liaison car used for scouts, officers, and short-range radio work when needed. It was simple and capable off-road, which mattered more than comfort. A small armored scout car that could carry radios for patrol reports and quick direction changes. It hid well, but the cramped interior made long hours exhausting. A switchboard truck that linked regiments, artillery, and rear services into one working net. Crews built masts from poles and fence posts when the kit was missing. It had to stay close enough to matter, but far enough back to survive. Rail-based signal cars with radios and telegraph gear, used at key stations and railheads to move orders and schedules. Valuable targets, so they were guarded and repaired constantly. If you enjoy this calm hardware tour, subscribe for more World War II support vehicles, nation by nation, right here. After Soviet scale and improvisation, Britain shows clean wireless trucks and armored command posts. A boxy armored command vehicle with tables, maps, and radios inside, giving staff a protected workspace near the front. It showed up from desert headquarters to rolling columns in Europe. Heavy and slow, but it kept leadership alive. A Bedford truck with a wireless body built for radios and generators, forming the core of mobile signal sections. Good space to work, but once parked, it stood out. A lighter wireless truck for smaller crews and fewer sets, used to keep brigades linked as lines stretched. Easier to hide than big vans, still road-bound. A staff car carrying officers, message kits, and sometimes a small set for quick liaison runs. Fast and common, with protection coming from timing and route choice. A tracked carrier that could bring a set forward with infantry, mortars, and observers when trucks could not reach. Thin armor, but excellent for muddy ground. Commonwealth wireless trucks, often Canadian-built, carried radios, line gear, and tools across long supply routes. Not glamorous, but reliable when conditions were rough. A cable trailer with wire reels for phone lines, supporting artillery nets and rear control. Useful, but it dragged the speed down and bounced on bad tracks. Moving on, Italy relied on staff cars, dispatch riders, and trucks carrying radio bodies. A small staff car used for liaison and courier work, sometimes with a compact set, often with paper orders and maps. Handy, but vulnerable and hard to keep supplied. A rugged truck that could carry radio bodies or line gear over poor roads, bringing technicians and batteries to failing links. Its off-road ability mattered more than comfort. A common truck that could carry a radio body for headquarters work, with room for operators and shelter from the weather. Unarmored, so crews depended on distance and cover. A heavy truck able to haul larger radio loads and generators for higher commands on long routes. Strong, but a big target, so movement often shifted to night. Dust and heat punished its electrics on hauls. A dispatch motorcycle for riders when radio silence or broken nets forced hand delivery. Fast through traffic and tight roads, yet one breakdown could end the run. Final entry on our list, Japan. It stretched communication across distance with trucks and riders. A small four-wheel drive staff car for liaison and scouting, sometimes carrying a compact set, often carrying messengers. Limited space meant light loads and short trips. A light truck that could carry radio bodies for local unit links, airfields, and patrol support. Protection was minimal, so guards and good sighting mattered. A heavier truck with more room for operators and generators used to link scattered garrisons across wide areas. Heat, rain, and dust punished gear non-stop. A dispatch motorcycle that carried orders and reports when antennas failed, or routes were too narrow for trucks. Cheap and quick, but risky on poor roads. From antennas to cable reels, these machines carried orders at speed. Now let's close this communication tour together. From radio half-tracks to wire trucks, communication vehicles held units together under pressure. Which nation built the smartest setup overall?